has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Doom is the fourth, I believe, Doom game. I kind of look at this to like the original Doom as Wolfenstein: The New Order to Wolfenstein 3D. It's kind of like, you know, modern, almost sort of reboot, but not really, of like super old classic first-person shooters. And this is just masculinity, the video game. Holy smokes. It's incredibly fast-paced. There's like a 5-second cutscene, then it throws a gun in your hand. It's great. It's bloody, it's gory, it's violent, it's just guns, 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 killing, death. There's a pretty metal soundtrack. You know, it's hell, so there's demons and like pentagrams everywhere. The game is also very, very simple and straightforward. You can summarize the story in like 3 sentences. Like, hey, we opened a portal into hell to harvest the hell energy. Turns out there's also demons in hell. And then they came over and started killing us. So we woke you up, so you just kill everyone and close the portal for us. Thanks. Pretty much all there is to it. And the protagonist like smashes everything whenever he like grabs a little drone to upgrade his weapon. He like punches it. Whenever Dr. Samuel Hayden's like, now carefully remove the ardent energy filter. You just like rip it out and step on it, and he's like, destroying the ardent energy isn't necessary. And this game is one of the smoothest controlling games I have ever played. It runs in 60 frames per second, and with a first-person shooter that's as fast-paced and responsive as this, 60 FPS is very, very essential. The graphics are decent. The art style has a little too much orange for my taste, because you're always either in hell or on Mars, and there's a lot of orange. Sometimes you're in a human structure, and there's like a silvery blue, but that's a little too rare. But a good many of the environments are still just generic space-based, and it's an old-school shooter. There's no sprint button, but there doesn't have to be because the actual movement is just so fast. Kind of like platform arena section where it'll just like close you off, and there's a bunch of power-ups everywhere, and there's a bunch of ammo and health and armor pickups, and then demons just spawn in it for a little while, and you just fight them until they're over. And it's one of the first games of this year that I'm like, this is actually truly fun. I really enjoyed Doom, and that's something to be said. The game has no substance or depth whatsoever, but the core of the game is fun. So you have like a wheel of guns that you can pull up by holding down triangle, and it kind of slows time. And every 2 guns will share the same kind of ammo, so like the plasma rifle and like the vector beam cannon thing or whatever it was called, both use like plasma rounds. So it occasionally left triggers aim, but for the most part it's like pull up your like second fire on your weapon. So for the assault rifle, you have a little missile rack that comes up and you shoot these missiles. Those are fun, those are cool. And then there are the glory kills. When an enemy's glowing orange, you hit the melee stick. So people were worried when the trailer first came out. I was like, are they gonna slow down the game every time we kill somebody for like a quick time event? No, it's like in Gears of War when you like chainsaw through somebody, except like way faster. There is a chainsaw, but to use it you have to press square and then use right trigger, and square isn't anything else other than pull out the chainsaw, so you might as well just make square like chainsaw attack. I don't understand why we have to have a second button just to take it out. I feel like we could just cut out the middleman, just have square be the chainsaw melee. That's the other thing. The glory kills are clicking the right stick, meleeing people's clicking the right stick, activating panels is clicking the right stick, and like opening doors is clicking the right stick. Maybe a few too many things on the right stick. I feel like we should just swap that with square because square is an easier button to press. B is crouch, and I only ever crouch during the boss battles, which out of nowhere kind of like require you to like dodge like attacks, and that was kind of weird. There is a ton of pop-in though, especially on the guns, and the detail on the guns themselves is good, but it's not great. It's not like Black Ops 3, Star Wars Battlefront, but it's still miles ahead of Fallout 4. I'd say near the end of the game, the part where it just locks you in an arena and throws a bunch of enemies at you gets a little repetitive. It does that a little too much. I feel like we could have me moving from place to place and throw enemies at me along the way. I think that would work a little better. And also, just aesthetically, I don't really get why it's a chainsaw. You have all these fancy... You have a plasma rifle. That's like super fancy. Can we not have like an energy broadsword or something to just cleave through people? You could start with the chainsaw, and then like the energy broadsword could be like your upgrade to just quickly kill people. That's just throwing off my brain a little, because it's like fancy future technology, then chainsaw. The multiplayer didn't do anything for me. It feels a little too much like Halo, and it doesn't really do much to stand out. Halo at least has like its distinct art style, whereas Doom is just kind of, Doom is about fighting the demons, and I feel like when you're shooting at other people, you kind of lose that. But I'd say the campaign of Doom is solid and worth one playthrough. I'm gonna give Doom a 7 out of 10. For the next game, they need to build on it a little more, have some more environmental variety, maybe a better story, but this is a very strong foundation. Thank you for watching. I'm Wesley Thompson. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and goodbye. There's a white van parked outside. Should I be worried?
The unchained predator who sought retribution in all quarters, dark and light, fire and ice, in the beginning and the end. And he hunted the slaves of doom with barbarous cruelty, for he passed through the divide as none but demon had before.